So Indonesia, I mean, that whole area, you have sea nomads throughout Southeast Asia. But Indonesia itself has like 17,500 islands. So it's just an incredible amount of coastline of these like super rich coral reefs. So there's just an abundance of resources in the ocean. So it's kind of like, if it's there, why not take advantage of it? And we actually see many places in the world where there are these rich marine resources, people dive.
You would classify these people as like quote unquote superhumans, right? Because
That's right.
they're super adapted to a certain way of life, and they have over time, I don't know how long, but have evolved to be better at long breath holds and swimming deep underwater to catch fish. And this has changed their genome to some degree.
Exactly, yeah. I mean, people who live at high altitude, people who eat diets rich in lipids, things like that. There's these, what we call superhuman populations all over the world. And it's just kind of, the idea is most, especially medical research, focuses on disease. But that's just this really small part of the spectrum of human physiology, because we have like disease, health, and then beyond to what we call the superhuman population. So people who are enhanced in some way. And so by focusing on that end of the spectrum, first of all, there's a lot out there that hasn't been explored yet, which is really exciting. It also allows us to kind of celebrate what's special about these populations rather than stigmatizing them for diseases they may have or things like that.
Right.
And it's just like a really fun way of approaching health research.
When it comes to these Indonesian sea hunters or these nomadic ocean people, what did you find interesting about them specifically?
So I had heard about their diving abilities, and it is truly amazing to see them in the water, how they move, how long they hold their breath. And so we thought that maybe there was something physiologically different about them. And so what I decided to measure, in part because I was a PhD student, you know, kind of a little bit on my own with this project and trying to find something that was non-invasive and easy enough for me to learn how to measure. So what I measured was their spleen size. And so the spleen, you know, isn't the first organ you think about when you think about diving, but it plays a really important role in diving, which is that it stores red blood cells. So it's kind of like this oxygen reservoir, because you have these oxygen-rich red blood cells just sitting in the spleen. And when you dive, your spleen contracts and those get pushed into circulation. So this increases the amount of oxygen that's circulating through your body. And so some people have called it a biological scuba tank. So you're kind of carrying around this little extra reserve of oxygen that may be able to